Welcome to another episode of the Almost Tipsy Vegan. Today we're going to be making a very dense bread. It's not going to be like the one you buy in the store. It could be really a whole meal in itself, just the bread. It can be high protein. It can have a lot of natural oils in it from the seeds and everything. But anyway, we're going to start out. I've got 1 cup of barley flour. 1 cup of barley flour is already measured out. Get out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the bowl here. Okay, I've also got 1 cup of ground flaxseed, and 1 cup of whole wheat flour. It's just, if you don't see that, whole wheat flour. So there's 2 cups in here, but it's 1 cup of whole wheat flour and 1 cup of ground flaxseed. So I'm gonna put that in here. Okay, get those things out of the way. I've also got 2 tablespoons of chia seeds here. I ground them up with my grinder over there. I'm gonna put those in there. Okay, get that out of the way. Now I'm going to put this is just pink Himalayan sea salt. Put some salt in there. Now you can put it to your desired taste. I made some the other day. Well, let me back up a little bit. A lot of times I make things on the show I've never had before. I'm making it up as I go. If they're good, y'all see them. If they're not good, you don't see them. But I made this the other day. It turned out really, really good. But it needed a little bit more salt. Or my wife told me it did anyway. So I'm adding a little bit more salt than I normally do. I'm also going to add just a sprinkling of black pepper. Okay, get that out of the way. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of onion powder and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, so those are some spices we've got so far. We can add a lot more spices. It's gonna be really, really, really good. Those are the teaspoons. Now we're going to start with the tablespoons. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of baking powder. Okay, tablespoon of baking powder. And that pepper's getting to me. I'm trying not to, I'm trying not to cough, but I did. Okay, we're also going to add a tablespoon. This is, I can't pronounce it, Ajwain seeds or carom seeds. It's kind of got like a Italian basil, oregano smell. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of that in there. I'm also going to add a tablespoon, if I've got a tablespoon of fennel seed. We're going to see how much we've got. Okay. So we did have 1 tablespoon of fennel seed going in there. Now these things are all very, very, very healthy. But, if it didn't taste good, you wouldn't eat it. So this can taste amazing. I'm going to put a tablespoon of whole cumin seeds. Now, that's a heaping one. There's like a lot of cumin seeds in there. And I'm going to put a heaping teaspoon of coriander seeds. Now, I did not grind these because I like the little crunch you get in it. So you see that's a heaping teaspoon. And I'm not even going to measure this because I got sesame seeds in there. We got probably about teaspoon in there. That's all I got. So we can add those in there. And again, these things, the chia seeds, the sesame seeds, they're all so good for you. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is stir this around. It's easier to stir it around with dry ingredients. So we stir this around, get it mixed just a little bit. And you see how this mixes really, really well. And now then we start adding our very, very, very few wet ingredients we've got. But so what we're going to do now is that is stirred around, mixed pretty good. I'm going to add just a little bit of agave nectar. And what that does, that cuts the bitterness from the grains and the flour. I'm not going to add much at all, just maybe a teaspoon, just a grunt, that's all it is. Okay, now then I'm going to add just a little bit of red wine vinegar because this gives it just a little bit of a little bite to it. Just probably a teaspoon of that, just not much at all. And I'm going to add a secret ingredient. This is pomegranate molasses. Okay, I'm going to put about a teaspoon or about a tablespoon of that in there. It gives it a real rich depth of flavoring. Okay, now one of the most important ingredients is the beer here. Okay, I wanted a dark beer. I did not have a dark beer. So this is just a Dos Equis lager. So got that. And we're going to, hopefully this will be enough beer for it. If not, we're going to use water for the rest of it. So we're going to put this in there and stir it around. Mix it around really good. And of course, you know, I got to have a little bit, so save just a little bit for me. So you see it's bubbling up, looking really, really good. Okay, get this out of the way. I'm going to add maybe 2 tablespoons, maybe 3 tablespoons of olive oil to this. And it's to make it cook really good. And olive oil, I found out, is really, really, really good for you. I'm going to say that's probably about 2 tablespoons. Get this out of the way so y'all can actually see what's going on. Okay, so this is mixing up. What I'm going to do is going to continue mixing this. I'm going to let y'all go, but I'm going to let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll show it to you when we come back. Okay, welcome back. I did have to add a little bit more liquid in there, but had I not drank the beer, it would have been perfect because I added just a little bit, about the amount I drank of the beer. So this is what it looks like, and I put it in a glass cooking dish. So I'm going to turn the oven on once I put it in there. I'm going to put a couple little flips in here, like that. Just let any steam come out that wants to. Okay. And now then I'm going to sprinkle, some sesame seeds on top of it. Hopefully they don't go all over everything. I'm going to sprinkle. Again, we get more protein, more nutrients. Okay. So we got sunflower seeds in there. And I'm going to drizzle just a little bit of olive oil on top of it. Just a little bit, just to, okay. Okay. So that is what it looks like now. And that can go in the oven for about an hour at 350 degrees. So, and then when it's in there for about an hour, then what I'm going to do is take this whole paper thing and stick it in the oven for about another 10 minutes outside the dish. And that's going to get it a little bit more crispier. So again, that's what it looks like. It's not going to rise a lot, but it's going to be a real dense bread. So I'll show it to you when it comes out. Okay, remember this cooked for 1 hour, and then I took it out of the glass pan, glass cooking dish, and put it just on this parchment paper in the oven for another 10 minutes. So it's been cooling off now for about 15 minutes, so it's still pretty warm, but we can cut a little piece of it and see. Remember, this is real dense bread. This could be a whole meal in itself. And we can see what it tastes like. See what it looks like. Hopefully it's done. Okay. I'm going to hold it close to the camera so you can see it, hopefully. Okay. Now, this is so dense, you can put hummus on here. You can put honey on here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle some olive oil on here. And y'all please get a good quality olive oil. So we're going to see what it tastes like. And it is dense. You see, you squeeze it a little bit, and it comes back just a little bit. I'm going to try some of that olive oil on it. The spices are coming through. It's dense. I know it's very, very healthy, all the flaxseed and all that stuff's in there. Now, y'all try this. It's not a sandwich bread. It's more of a dipping bread. So anyway, y'all try it. I'm going to try it with olive oil on it real quick. And it's really, really good. I hope y'all try this. Tell me what you think. I'm the Almost Tipsy Vegan.